Who thought it's the year 2000XX, and we are here to conquer space. Adrian, it is indeed career mode. Okay, you start out with career. I love career. It is a modded. Yep. Green screen turns again, are you? Yeah. That I can't do anything about. That is just the giant eye of Sauron that is glaring down at us. There's basically no way for me to prevent this. There's giant windows over there. We're gonna have to live with me being weirdly fragmented like this. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get this basic engineering going. That allows us to build at least a car, a rover or two. Do some more science, research. Oh! Should make a bot command for detailing the mod Byronic uses. Vanen, that's actually a real good idea. How can I get that info to you quickly? I will give you the quickest info, Vanen. Hold up. I'm getting you some good info here. KSP stream. CCAN, let's boot that up. CKAN.exe, CCAN, the Kerbal, the Comprehensive Kerbal Archive N. Whatever, get you that info. Let me tweet that out to you. There we go. I will put this on my tweet. That is how you could say it, right? Put this on my tweet. Take a photo of this. I have a few mods. There we go. Get that Kerbal back up. The list of mods I'm using in hashtag Kerbal Space Program. Hashtag Twitch. There we go. Tweeting that out. Not new to the game? Oh, no. I've, I don't know how much time I put into this crappy game. It's a few hundred hours, I think. Do you start career at first? When I started it, career wasn't a thing yet. That was just Kerbal Space Program. That was in 0.14 or something? I don't know. 0.2? It was back in 2013? 14? I don't even remember when I bought it. It was way back in early access, though. Okay, we have the basic sciences. That's cool. Let's see what this is. Glorious structural parts. This allows you to really start modding a bunch of things. This is something I'm not that good at that I'd really like to learn. So this might be real fun to pick up, all these structural parts. Survivability. This is pretty good. Fuel cell. Oh, that's interesting. Again, they really move things around. Parachutes we are definitely going to need. Because as I mentioned, we're doing this with a Kerbals that die, don't respawn. I cannot return to earlier phases. I cannot return to launch. I cannot return to the building. And quick save is on as a backup, but not generally. That's just basically only for when we expect bugs. So basically, once we launch something, it's out there and we need to go for it. But I want to do this stability stuff. I want to get the things we need to make our basic plane. Oh, modular wings. Yes, all the modular wings we need. This is more wings that I've ever seen before, actually. Some of these I've never seen before. Let's... Oh man, bunch of aviation. Beasley turbofan. These are... They've moved this real close up at the start. Okay, let's focus. Cactus there mods command. Yeah, Vaden is working on it. Cool. Thank you so much, Vaden. Solar panels for the win? No kidding. Solar panels are super useful. Did I get those? The basics are in there, so we need those to get to the Mun. Okay, I want to go with the modular wings at first, because I want to make a plane as soon as we can. Now, these are already 20, 45, 45, 45. These are definitely more advanced. So let's get the, let's see, 16 survivability. We cannot take this already. We've overspent. So we're going to take the structural parts and unlock those so we can start working on weird designs. Let me see what I keep getting here. There. Cool, check out those mods. Check out... Ah, perfect. Thank you, Vayner. That works out just fine. Thank you so much. Okay. So, thank you for that follow. So some of these, like a rover deployment, that we can do now. That is something we can finish. We might even be able to combine it with something like test out the stack separator. But after that, I want to get into, let's see, this one, see? Take pressure readings in flight below 18,400 meters. That we can do now with a plane. But we will test rover deployment. Much of Kerbalism Mystery you can learn by deploying a new rover. Include all the scientific instrumentation you can. That's easy. So, we can do that one for cheap cash. And let's see, test RoveMax model. S2 at the launch site. Perfect. Let's do that as well. Because we can combine these perfectly. Say hi to Blue already. Oh wait, Blue's in here? Oh, there we go. I completely missed Blue being in here. Hey Blue, nice to see you. Blue was streaming some Little Nightmares the other day. That was pretty cool. It's real nice to see that platformy horror type of physics. Okay. Set vessel type to rover. I think we can only do that while we're actually somewhere. Test RoveMax model S2. That, I believe, is a wheel, isn't it? RoveMax model S2. Okay. You know what? We're gonna make this into a why am I doing this again? It's so much easier if you do this in the plane area. The space plane hangar. It was spooky, yes. It was pretty cool. Oh, by the way, you will notice that the front of the rover, what's considered the front, will always be put facing the door in the planes. Or the top, so that makes this kind of weird sometimes to use this. But it's okay. Let's work with what we have. Okay, let's see. Come on, you tiny little thing. Can I move a little bit closer to you? There we go. We're gonna make this look like a little bit of a gorilla, I think, because we need these small... There we go. We need these small wheels. Those we need to test. Let's put like big wheels on the front, just because it's silly. This thing is gonna be like a weird little dog. You know what? We could actually... We'll call this the Bulldog. We have a bunch of structural nodes right now. So we should probably test out how this will be on the ground. Let's see. If it's like that, those legs are not going to work out. So we're going to need to rotate those a little bit. Because you need to imagine that it's going to fall back on those legs. There we go, that works. Okay. Jenny, you don't like spooky games, yet you buy the Dead Space franchise and Bioshock franchise. Bioshock isn't that spooky. It's a little bit creepy, I guess. What are these? Container tanks, okay. Carborundum? Can we configure... Oh, we can... Xenon, argon, fuel, water, chemicals, mulch, liquid hydrogen? This is a bunch of USI stuff, I guess. Different local warehouses? Apparently there's warehouses in that stuff. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Logistics, construction, colonization. Let's see, I don't need... This is, by the way, EVA items. Oh, it's gonna be so good. That's a Kerbal attachment system. We can use that to put new stuff on... there we go. We can use that to put new stuff on vessels while they're in orbit. Let's see. I'm getting so many alerts constantly. Gonna need to move these just a little bit downwards still, because if you remember, this part is going to orient downwards a little bit when we're done. Hey, Kasha just went live. That is cool. We don't need any ladders on this baby. We can use a bunch of signs though. So for one, what I want is... There we go. A little bit of a recording back here. You'll notice that this is actually big enough to... Where would that be? Utility? Or do we not unlock the seat yet? I don't think we unlocked the seat. It's big enough to actually... oh, there we go. Have a Kerbal seat on it. See that? Kerbal can sit there and actually drive this baby. Right now, though, I want it unmanned. Now, we don't need any engines on this baby. What else do we need to test? Just those wheels, okay. In that case, let's slap a battery pack on this baby. There we go, a little backpack. We of course need a little bit of communication. Here's the thing though, I don't need it, but I'm gonna give him a little tail. Actually, this would be better in the center, wouldn't it? There we go, he's gonna have a little tail. And let's get all the signs we can in there. Just on its back here, if we can. Now we already used those, so those, to be fair, don't really give us that much. This one will give us something. The magnetometer is pretty big. I can tweak scale it and change it around. Here's the thing, look at the pricing of this ship. If you scale it down, it'll give you the same amount of science, but 8,200, bam, 9,300. You can make it 11,600, as small as you want. Making it bigger reduces the price, making it smaller increases the price. I like that system. In this case, it's a rover, we're going to recover it completely, so in fact, there is no downside to making it small and expensive. Let's see. Get him a little, there we go, submersible thing on its butt for when we drive it into the ocean. I think we have this pretty set up the way we would want it. Oh, no we haven't. Remember, steering, invert it, because I'm using that flight stick. Looks like a desk for a farmer accountant. Because was rather surprised to hear I'm back in a stream. Well, I'm happy that I can still surprise him. Haha! No, I'm glad that there we go. Bulldog. I'm glad to be back in here. glad to see that he's streaming on the Saturday again as well. He's been keeping to the shorter streams, which I really like. Okay, let's see. Yeah, perfect. You can see it's a little bit unstable, but it's okay. Now here's the thing. Remember the magnetometer? That thing, as I said, is a little bit big. For some reason, magnetic field lines are continually changing directions. It's almost as if someone's running in circles around a runway with a giant magnet. They wouldn't. Seismic scan. The ground here conducts vibrations about as effectively as concrete. You report your findings to the tower, but they don't seem very impressed. Let's toggle that baby. I remember in my, oh, hey, the steering direction is incorrect. To the right? Yeah, that means, this one we need to invert. Is that correct? Yeah, there we go. That rotates us. Thank you for that follow. Glad you're enjoying it. Looks like a Dark Souls basilisk when viewed from the front. It doesn't. It actually, it does. Yeah, you're totally right. Series of nominal readings has a massive quake that nearly breaks the instruments. Nice. It does. Slightly reminiscent of Wally. It is a little bit Wally. I should have made this its tail, shouldn't I? Okay, we are going to milk the science again from this baby. Just explore our home a little bit. So you can see where we are flying from. Oh, wait, we also have our contracts, right? We need to set the vessel type to rover. Now, whoa, yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Let's put the brakes on. Okay. Vessel type to rover. You do that by renaming this baby. The Bulldog, and we change that to rover. The Bulldog, let's call it Wall-E. There we go, that completes this one. Now, we are at the launch site in a large fashion. We need to test this equipment. Run the test! Which gives us the second contract that we could do. In the meantime, let's get a temperature scan. Montemer seems pleased with our spending of funds. Nice. Yes, indeed. We needed thousands and thousands to get this little rover in here. Pressure drops as Montemer grows older. Montemer is the person who deals with the administration. Thanks for that follow. Pointing this magnetometer at the admin building might not make the bosses too happy. Needle moves. Montemer probably explode again over the spending of funds. I like how these are the actual literal buildings you will click on to do things, but they're also just, they're literally here. Oh, look at that. There's that debris from the dart. Let's go over there. To remember, I think, is that the tracking station? I think that's the tracking station. Let's remember to keep an eye out on the electric charge. Oh, hey, what was that? What was that? Just now? Oh, I know what that was. We drove rather quickly and we left the ground for a little bit, which technically means we were flying. But yeah, let's see. There we go. There we go. This is R&D. Oh, yes it is. Seismic scan. R&D scientists disassemble the seismometer for parts. Vultures. Maybe someone else should be taking a reading from the R&D center. As you attempt to record your observation, one of the research scientists comes over to explain that a millibar is not where those little it's not where those little umbrellas that come in drinks come from. Haha, millibar. Temperature here fluctuates wildly. So here's a fun thing about Kerbalism. It stores your data like this. Like there's a little, I have 2.96 gigabyte of various data hidden here, and it tells me exactly what credits we have. They're all automatically stored in here, which is cool because the samples are as well. In the base game, you normally have to transfer those manually. So we can either hold them or flag them for transmission, and that transmission takes place over a long time. So basically, the idea is to stimulate you using satellites that can be... There we go, there's the radar building. That can be in orbit for a long time to basically slowly gather data, which I enjoy. It gives unmanned orbital missions a bit more of a point, and still balances out with the advantage of actually returning to Kerbin, because that's an instant science return. But basically, it means, I'm saying basically like every other sentence, but it means that you end up wanting to care for unmanned things, and also it guarantees, I almost said it, it guarantees that you get 100% return on everything, rather than what you normally get, which was, oh, this will return for 20% of the science reward, which was weird. Temperature here is bored. Oops, that's just you. Staff tracking station are unimpressed with your lowly barometer, since it can't predict space storms. Enormous radio dishes block out Kerbin's natural magnetic field. Actually, that makes perfect sense. Okay, I think the VAB is the only place we haven't scienced out now, and after that we drive this baby, our oceanography, into the water. Oh, hello. Seismic scan, we haven't done those, of course. Wouldn't it make more sense to have taken the readings from the VAB before launch? Was it falling with style? We do everything with style over here, Uthor. Hey, see you in a bit, Venom. Is this vanilla game or modded PC? It is PC and modded. Can somebody do the exclamation mark Kerbal command? You got this game on console when it was on sale, but you haven't touched it. Oh, I've heard console actually, unfortunately, is not as good as an experience as the PC version. Planes are too light to register anything. Tower controls are not amused. Apparently what they did with the console version is that it was released with a bunch of bugs with the promise of, oh, we'll patch those out. And it's been a year and a half, and apparently nothing's been patched out. Like this, for example, is a mod. Kerbal Alarm Clock, super important mod. Engineer is a really crucial mod, in my opinion. Temperatures elevated from the dense atmosphere. Hi-yo! Scrolls glad here the reading indicates favorable conditions for launch. And lunch, too. Mission Control confirms that it is indeed a waste of time. All the stomping around here clearly registers on the seismometer. All those texts, by the way, that's also a mod. The community science thing. Thank you, there. Maybe we'll have to make a more comprehensive list later. Oh, by the way, do you see that? Let's... Yeah, we have enough electricity. Let's take a stroll over there. And one of the other things that I've done is I've used mods that change around the tech tree. So that's why I have all these parts, like the rover parts, all the way at the start. Because normally they were hidden like in higher tiers, like tier 4 of the science tree, which was weird because you couldn't get there until you've already landed on different planets. And it seems strange that you wouldn't be able to make a rover before already having landed on the moon, basically. And I'm saying moon here specifically, I'm paralleling with Apollo programs. Okay, we are racing forward 25 meters per second. That's pretty swiftly. But I wanted to show you this. This is pretty cool. There's a bunch of these things on, from what I understand, multiple bodies in space, if not all the planets and moons. I'm not sure if it's all. To be honest, I don't know that much about it. That's why we have ScanSat. It'll tell us about this. But there are... thank you for that follow. There are these little anomalies, as they call them, in various parts of the universe, including, for example, this monolith with the squad logo. Creators of the game. Thought that was a nice 2001 reference. Okay. We are here to... Oh, hello, Kerbin Shores. Seismic scan. Resistive force of the waves hitting the shore, and not much else. Magnetometer records an accurate reading of Kerbis' surface magnetic field. Thank you. Notice how all of those could be transmitted 100%. That is part of the Kerbalism mod. And I really enjoy that. But I think we have about as much as we need to quickly get. Let's see. So we are rolling forward, braking a little bit. Need to make sure we don't smash too hard into that water there, but then we can use our submersible oceanography, which I like as a thing. It just means that whoa, that was weird. It just means that you might want to make impact probes, basically. Let's slow down a little bit and carefully. There we go. Magnetometer scan, accurate reading of local magnetic field. Can we not collect the... it needs to be literally underwater, so this thing won't be able to use that. Fair enough. Let's recover this baby. This will give us plenty of signs. There we go, 64 signs. We got 57 out of that. Recovery of vessel that survived a flight. Oh! We, how did Huther say it? We fell with style. So fortunately, that gives us a bunch of signs. And all the other little bits, the 0.9, 1.2, those add up. Hey there, wildcard! I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? Nice to have you back in here. So we completed these tests, got a bunch of signs, so now we can already do one of these higher ones. We can already get a turbofan engine, for instance, get some of those pylons. Those would be really cool to get, but it's worthwhile since we're doing our first parachute, our first airplane now. It will be worthwhile getting a parachute. It's just one parachute though, that's a bit of a shame. At the very least we're gonna need the panels in space to make sure we keep getting power. Swivel fuel engine, those are a little bit better than the Reliance that we have right now, the T-30s. T-45s allow you to swivel, as the name might suggest. But let's check out what we have. You're great. Ah, good to hear. It's been a while since we've seen you. Well, I mean, in a cache chat, obviously, but strut connectors. Okay, these different couplers, they're pretty useful. Some of the separators are nice to have. Now, these are the Kerbal inventory system storage lockers that we can use to take basically things that we need on EVA. Let's see. I'm hopeful about these aviation parts though. These turbofans look real nice. Brakes as well, but no, we at the very least need a parachute just for safety. The flight control is going to be pretty important when we get to space as well, but let's... We can get general rocketry. That gives us the decoupler that we need to get to space. Let's take that one. Which already leads to advanced rocketry. This one's going to be very useful in space, and here's why. The basic rocket, as you can see, has an engine ISP of 265 at ground level, basically, atmospheric surface level, and 310 in the vacuum. So 265, 310. Now compare that to the swivel, 250, less effective at ground level, 320, more effective in a vacuum. So that final step.